Welcome to our tutorial on creating a parameterized path matcher in JavaScript. We are defining a function named pathMatch that will help us identify whether a given URL path matches a specified pattern and extract parameters from it. Let's dive into the logic of this function. We start by splitting the pattern, which contains our parameters, into an array of its segments. We use the split method with a slash as the delimiter. Then we filter out any empty strings that could appear due to a leading slash. We perform the same operation on the path name, the URL path we're trying to match with our pattern. This gives us two arrays, one representing the pattern and the other representing the path. We declare an object called Params. This object will eventually hold the matched parameters from the URL path, with their names as keys and the corresponding path segment values. If the pattern and path arrays don't have the same length, it means they can't possibly match, so we immediately return null. Now we loop over each segment of the pattern array. Our goal is to check each part of the pattern against the corresponding part of the path. Inside the loop, we check if the current pattern segment starts with a colon. This indicates a parameter placeholder, something we want to capture. We extract the parameter name by removing the colon from the pattern segment. This name will be used as a key in our params object. We associate the extracted parameter name with the corresponding segment from the path in our params object. If the pattern segment is not a parameter placeholder, we then check for exact matches between the pattern and the path segments. If there's a mismatch, it means the path does not conform to the pattern, and we return null to indicate a non-match. If all segments match correctly, we finish looping through the pattern without returning null, meaning we have a successful match. After the loop, we return our params object that now contains any parameters we found in the path, mapped to their respective values. Let's see this function in action. Consider this root pattern that includes parameters user_id and post_id. This is an example path that we want to match against our pattern. Note how the segments align with the parameters in the pattern. We call our pathMatch function with the pattern and path. This will either return the parameters object if there is a match, or null if there isn't. We then use a simple if statement to check if match params is not null, indicating a successful match. If it's a match, we log the parameters and their values to the console. If there was no match, we log a message indicating that no match was found. This completes our example of a parameterized path matcher in JavaScript.